Hey, not only grown-ups can sing, we can too.
Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to.
CBC TV8 is having a kids karaoke show just for us. So children between the ages of 5 to 17 come in and join in for fun. Email Nadia Foster at nfoster@cbc.bb. Hear you soon. Bye.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is, when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember, childhood obesity is real, so choose healthier alternatives. And when in doubt, leave it out.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
This is the CBC Morning Report for today, Friday, October 27th. I'm Tisha Hines. Good morning. In our top story, with Barbados Light and Power trying to generate wind energy for over a decade, things may be close to making it a reality. Director of Asset Management Rohan Seal says the 10-megawatt farm at Lambert St. Lucie is now on fast track and could become even bigger.
We are working collaboratively with the government through the Ministry of Energy and also the RSC on expanding that opportunity at Lamberts to move it to scale it from 10 megawatts to between 30 or 50 megawatts or so. So currently, lots of wind. So lots of discussions ongoing and also a review of the studies and analysis being done today. All of that is under review. Where we are currently is the intention is to actually perform a further assessment of the wind regime, and that should take place shortly in collaboration with the ministry and their consultants. So certainly that would then allow us to be able to continue and at least see some positive development at Lamberts in the near future.
As for the time frame for the scaled-up wind farm, there needs to be a 12-month yield assessment done first.
Once the necessary instrumentation, those where the masts are erected, once 1 year of data has been completed, then certainly that would then feed into procurement, overall financing, and then procurement. Normally, it takes around 2 years for full wind development of that size and scale.
Mr. Steele says in relation to other renewable energy, once 100 megawatts from renewable energy is surpassed, Barbados Light and Power is considering mitigation measures to prevent spiking and destabilization of the electricity supply.
Once additional generation from solar comes onto the grid, which is why the utility is seeking to procure batteries. So there's a need, especially during those peak hours when there's a proliferation of generation, so that generation then is absorbed by the batteries, and then it can be released later on to benefit customers and also benefit the system. As Roger mentioned, one of the things, well, we have no control over the licensing, etc., of those additional PV systems. What we are seeking to do is to control in a very responsible manner how those PV systems are brought on for the rest of the year. Okay, so we mentioned we continue to connect our customers, and we do make the assessments before those connections are made. But we are also speaking to what systems are brought on to ensure that we minimize any disruption to our existing customers, both from a reliability perspective. And then, of course, once batteries are procured, then we can, of course, have those additional systems added on once we have that mitigation measure in place.
The creation of microgrids, where large sections of neighborhoods have PV, is also a consideration which the power company is open to.
We will call like a microgrid, and I think Kim did allude to one of the projects that we have, or one of the part of our application for the clean energy transition rider is actually examine the feasibility and the benefits of what we would call a DER, or distributed energy resource management system. Because in addition to having those systems, the necessary communication infrastructure has to be made available so that the utility can control having both those PV blocks, as you call it, coupled with batteries, so that that can be made available, not necessarily just only to that neighborhood, but to the entire grid. And just to give you some more information in terms of the batteries that the utility is seeking to procure, that is made up of larger blocks of batteries that can be connected to our substations, so that benefit the entire grid as those are deployed. But some of those batteries are intended to be designed in a manner similar to how you described, whereby we have those batteries integrated to some of our 11 kV distribution feeders. So once those batteries are deployed in that manner, similar to if you have a neighborhood, it doesn't matter whether it's a neighborhood or customers interspersed along the line, all of those PV systems would then be fed back or absorb a portion of it by those batteries connected to the distribution network. And in that manner, the system would be able to better function, because utility will have both visibility of those assets and also control so that the entire system could benefit without minimum or quality impacts as we're seeing currently.
Coming up on the CBC Morning Report, the UN will vote again today to hopefully pass a resolution on the Israel-Gaza war.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kia Lewis, general practitioner and healthy lifestyle advocate. Good nutrition starts at home. So this school year, I want you to consider packing healthy, nutritious snacks and lunches for your children to carry, rather than having them buy them at school. And don't just pack things you think they should have. Have a discussion and come up with things that you both know they will enjoy.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous.
The UN Security Council has again rejected two competing resolutions proposed by rival powers Russia and the US on the Israel-Gaza war. However, there will be another vote on another resolution later today.
The Palestinian ambassador calling on member states to consider exactly the human suffering that is happening in Gaza right now in front of their eyes, but also to look at it in a broader context of decades of occupation. That is what the Palestinian ambassador is really laying out in very stark terms. And you compare that to the Israeli ambassador, who basically said, don't look at anything else. All that matters is October 7th, and in his words, the terrorist attack perpetrated by Hamas against innocent civilians in Israel. He said this is what to be focusing on, and he says, and it was critical of the United Nations and critical of this resolution because he correctly says it doesn't even mention Hamas in the resolution. So he said this is almost laughable, this resolution, not even mentioning Hamas. So there's two stark divides here that you see, and it will be interesting to see how the nations fall on this. But clearly, Israel only focusing on October 7th. The Palestinian ambassador says, look at exactly what's happening after and before October 7th as well.
Right, and when do we expect this vote? Pardon me, Gabriel. When we expect this vote to happen, how much weight will it actually carry?
Well, there's going to be more than 100 countries that are on the list to speak tomorrow. On Friday, we expect a vote late on Friday afternoon, perhaps early evening. A General Assembly resolution is important. It's powerful, and consider it like a referendum on how the world feels about the situation. That's a good way to look at it. But it does not have any legal binding as, for example, a United Nations Security Council resolution would have. So if this resolution passes, and the resolution calls for an immediate ceasefire, among other things, Israel could simply ignore it, and they would not face any international repercussions or international legal binding to follow it.
People who have been killed after the powerful hurricane Otis slammed into Mexico's Pacific coast. Otis hit the beach resort city of Acapulco as a Category 5 storm on Wednesday.
Scenes of destruction along Mexico's southwestern coast. This is the aftermath of Hurricane Otis after making landfall near the resort city of Acapulco, home to some 1 million people.
Our house is a total loss. My mattresses, my documents, my children's, my grandchildren's things. It's a total loss.
Scientists say Otis strengthened quickly just before it hit Acapulco. Many were caught off guard.
There were some models that were predicting a slight intensification before landfall, but nothing obviously to the extent that was seen. And, I think we can't really blame the models since this was broke all records in terms of rapid intensification. But, both the models and the National Hurricane Center were certainly not expecting this kind of development.
Power and communication lines are down, and many streets and bridges are covered in mud. Thousands of members of the armed forces have been deployed to help with the cleanup operations. Forecasters have described Otis as a catastrophic hurricane. It's also believed to be the first Eastern Pacific hurricane ever recorded to make landfall in Mexico as a Category 5.
Well, coming up at 6:30 this morning, we have Morning Barbados for you. And it's going to be a pretty interesting show as we prepare you this Friday. We are talking theatre arts with Janelle Mitchell from the National Cultural Foundation as we continue to celebrate the 50th anniversary. The Red Foundation Walk the Talk charity event is coming up, and we are going to share more about that. Plus, the Barbados Association of Creatives and Artists, they're having a concert. They're known as BACA. We'll hear more about that, as well as the Princess Margaret Secondary School reunion and some of the members are doing for students of the school and beyond. We have some great photos to share with you. And we're going to stay in St. Philip as we tell you about the Long Bay Community 5K Walk and Run. Plus, we feature DJ Ras. That's all coming up today on Morning Barbados. But next, we have more news, sports, and weather. So stay with us.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. It's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
It's summer vacation, and CBC TV8 says laugh a little. Your mid-mornings have now included some family-friendly, side-splitting series like The Partridge Family, Vincent, and Designing Women. TV not to be missed this vacation. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on CBC TV8.
The northern section of Barbados was lashed yesterday afternoon with torrents of rain. The Met Office was forced to issue a flood warning for the area, eventually extending it to the entire island. The deluge mostly affected areas in northern St. James and Speightstown in St. Peter. Reports indicated that students of Alexandra in the heart of Speightstown were sent home early as the Barbados Fire Service was called to pump the water out of the school. According to sources, the pump at the school kept tripping the breaker. Deputy Director of the Department of Emergency Management, Captain Robert Harewood, toured the area.
Department of Emergency Management received reports from both the public and our district emergency organizations of incidents of flooding in areas of Jackson, St. Michael, and the family there received water gel stacks using an inflatable standby. Reports from Plum Grove in Christchurch, Speightstown, including the Alexander School and Mullins in St. Peter, Weston, Westmoreland and Holtown in St. James, Bordens, Darkhole and the East Coast Road in St. Andrew. A team did an assessment of the West Coast as far as Speightstown And during this tour, we found that much of the floodwaters had already run off, but there were pockets of ponding and debris, particularly between Old Town, going north towards Whitestown, which should be a concern for drivers on that stretch, particularly going into tonight. The MBA really wishes to reiterate that in the event of flooding, persons should move immediately to higher ground out of floodwaters. You should not walk through floodwaters, as only 6 inches of flowing floodwaters can knock a person off their feet. We should not attempt to drive through floodwaters either, as vehicles could be swept away in only 2 feet of moving water. If your vehicle is trapped in rapidly moving water, stay inside the vehicle. If water gets inside the vehicle, you should seek refuge on the roof. Be aware of bridges, as torrents of water could impact bridges and anyone on them at that time. And please stay in tune with the Barbados Flood Services and the Department of Emergency Management for any further updates.
Well, it was an eventful day yesterday. Further east in Belplain, the bridge leading to the Irbybourne Highway became impassable when water from the river below overflowed onto the road. Barbadians got an opportunity to share their views on education reform. It came during the first in a series of public consultation meetings hosted by the Ministry of Education to shape the Education Transformation Initiative. It was at the Alexandra School. CBC's Kismar St. Juice reports.
The proposed reforms are intended to create a system where no child is left behind. And according to Minister of Education Kay McConney, the ministry is working to build on the already good education foundation. She says the proposals recently announced come after consultations with key stakeholders.
Once you have this document here, the intention is that these are proposals, just proposals at this stage. And we invite you, we truly invite you to engage in a constructive way. Read the proposals, know what is proposed. We encourage you to tell us what you agree with. Tell us those things where you think, I like this, but here is a different way in which you can implement. Consider those and say, okay, this is good, but maybe we need to time it differently. We're really genuinely looking for your feedback.
Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw says children should have authentic experiences in schools. She says it's also important that the education system has teachers who can inspire students
to excel and to achieve, to be their best selves. We also want an education system that produces outstanding Barbadian citizens who can do well here in Barbados, but who can also do well anywhere at all in the world.
The recommendations put forward were numerous from the audience, which comprised of several educators. The advent of technology and artificial intelligence were also raised. Former principal of the Government Industrial School, Erwin Leacock, put forward a proposal for consideration to be given to having nursing stations in schools.
Chronic asthmatics. You're talking about a life and death situation. There are no nebulizers in schools, nobody trained to use them. If we are talking about reimagining education, that has to be. Because if you're looking at models overseas, a nurse in a school is taken for granted. Nobody is no big thing because it is taken for granted.
Through the sessions, education officials will collate all suggestions and refine their booklet and document before submitting to Cabinet. Kishmar Senjis, CBC News.
Well, thank you so much, Kishmar. The economic cost of disasters on the region is huge. This is according to the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency's chair of its Civil Society Sector Subcommittee, Reginald Burke. We have a report from TTT.
The International Monetary Fund says the Caribbean is 7 times more likely to be hit by a natural disaster, and the damage from these events are 6 times worse than in a developed country. Chair of SEDIMA's Civil Society Sector Subcommittee, Reginald Burke, shares additional data on the regional effect of these disasters.
Tropical cyclonic weather systems, which are projected to remain the main driver of flooding in the Caribbean, resulted in approximately $324.6 billion in losses between 2017 and 2022.
Meanwhile, the consular officer at the High Commission of Canada, Asha Stewart, says her country is assisting the region to mitigate the damage.
The current $8 million targeted support to Sedima initiative is just the latest iteration of support for disaster management within a broader suite of Canada-funded projects across the region.
Ms. Stewart adds their assistance also takes other forms.
Canada has a number of initiatives, either underway or just getting started, that are strengthening resilience and helping with the adaptation to climate change. These projects are building skills for the green economy, providing access to finance for renewable energy, implementing climate-smart agriculture, and conserving biodiversity.
Mr. Burke and Ms. Stewart made their comments as they addressed the opening ceremony of Sedima's Civil Society Sector Subcommittee's 14th meeting.
Time now for some sports. Barbados medal hopes have dwindled with highly rated surfer Chelsea Tuak knocked out of the Pan American Games. CBC's Damien Best reports on day 6 from Santiago.
Beautiful sunshine here in Santiago, Chile. Another wonderful day in the capital. Busy time for Barbados at the Pan American Games 2023. We had first up Amber Joseph in Omnium in cycling, and hundreds of miles away it was Chelsea Tuak in round 2 of surfing. And then we also had our shooters out making sure that they can make it into the second round of the 10-meter air pistol competition.
Amber Joseph put down a well-timed ride to finish second in the scratch race of the women's Omnium. If you're wondering what the Omnium is, it's made up of several events with the rider who accumulates the most points winning the gold medal. So in the scratch race, Larissa Costa of Trinidad and Tobago finished first ahead of Joseph, who pipped Colleen Gulak of the USA on the line.
So Larissa Costa looking for the 40 points. Colleen Gulak on the front for USA. Larissa Costa takes the 40 points. It's a sprint for second. I think Amber Page and Larissa and Colleen Gulak sprinting for second. Maybe it was Amber Page that got it.
23-year-old Joseph then played it safe in the tempo component to sit in 6th position heading into the elimination race of the Omnium. That's when cyclists start at the same time, and after every 2 laps, there's a sprint lap where the last rider across the finish line is eliminated. But Joseph also told CBC Sports she's aiming for an even better performance in the points race.
This morning was a scratch race won by Alexia Costa with a breakaway, and then the field sprint I was able to get first over the line but second overall, and then the tempo was full gas. It was full gas. Everyone was moving back, forward, back. It was all over the place, but I just tried to stay consistent and stay with the main field. And yeah, it wasn't my best race, but today, as I said, was all about consistency, and that's what I'm really trying to do today. I'm staying up there. Everyone, I think there's 4 of us now joined on in 2nd place. So it's going to be a very, very tight last 2 races this evening. But I just have to put myself best I can in like the rankings for the points race, and then just race a really good points race and be consistent today.
In surfing, Barbadian Chelsea Tuak had a rough day. She lost by a narrow margin to local girl Estela Lopez of Chile, 10.90 to 10.50. Her 2 best waves were a 5.67 and a 4.83 compared to Lopez's 6.50 and 4.40. That dumped Tuak into the rapid charge, where she lost to Sol Aguero of Peru, 12.57 to 9.50, ending her time at the Pan American Games in the shortboard competition. On the shooting range, Tessona Aline was a commendable 23rd overall in the field of 28 athletes in the women's 10-meter air pistol qualification round. On the men's side, Dave Seal was 19th overall in a field of 33 athletes. So the hunt for medals remains elusive at the moment for Team Barbados at the 2023 Pan American Games. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Our Damien Best there, bringing you all of the latest action from Santiago, Chile. In some late results last night, Joseph finished 10th in the elimination race, while she was 6th in the points race with 105. It's time for a look at weather. The barometric pressure stands at 1008 millibars. It's 26.5 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is at 86%, and the winds are blowing out of the east-southeast at 21 kilometers per hour. The present weather is partly cloudy. Sea conditions moderate in open water with northerly swells ranging from 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise caution along western coastlines. It's also recommended that sea bathers use beaches that have on-duty lifeguards. Be careful as you head out this morning into the afternoon and this evening. Here's a look at how the tides roll in for today. And as for the forecast, it will be a mix of sunshine and clouds with a few brief scattered light to moderate showers. Into the evening periods, here's what you can expect. Mostly cloudy conditions with occasional brief scattered light to moderate showers and a very slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. Now that's today's morning report. Our next newscast is Newsday at 12 noon on TV8, followed by The World at 1 via our radio network of stations on 100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM. We will have regular weather updates on CBC TV8 as well, so stay locked to find out more. That's today's morning report. Morning Barbados is next.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed. Welcome to another presentation of Morning Barbados. All that's left for me to say is good morning. I hope you had a great week, a good night last night, and you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here until 8 o'clock this morning, and I certainly hope you can stick around with me. If you can't stay for the entire time, make sure you listen in as much as you can because we have lots of great things coming up today that we absolutely are excited to share with you. But we're going to get started this morning telling you all about NIFCA at year 50. They're celebrating 50 this time around, and I know we all have our NIFCA memories, like Janelle Mitchell, the theater arts officer at the National Cultural Foundation. She is ready to join us to talk all about what they have planned, some of the new incentive awards, and generally, we are taken to the stage for an overview. Good morning to you, Auntie Janelle. Welcome.
Good morning, Tisha. Thank you. How are you
Always
doing
great
this
to see
morning?
you. I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good. Actually, it was really awesome to see your mini you at the NIFA launch, having not seen her for about 8 years or so, as my former drama baby. That was awesome seeing her and connecting again and finding out what she's doing as now that she's in secondary school.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And, that really is the sum of why we're here, what we're talking about, theater arts. And it's important that we get the little ones in there early so that we will
Yes.
have, some of the best presentations once we get to NIFCA. So tell us what you have planned for theater arts for year 50.
Well, we are in our preliminary phase right now. That's ongoing. So we're seeing some really awesome entries come through from some primary schools, secondary schools. The adults are already coming out with their spoken word. And we have some short plays, which is always interesting for us to see as well. So we're really excited about what the entrants are bringing this year for the 50th anniversary. So I'm going to tell you, even though we're only in the preliminary stage, I am looking forward to those who are going to advance to the finals, because we're having just the preliminaries and then we're going into the final stage. And in between that, the entrants are going to be exposed to a number of expert coaches to get their performances all ready for these coveted awards. As you would know, Tisha, we have some seriously new and exciting awards with some cash prizes. So we're looking forward to seeing those who are going to advance. And I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. We're going to be having two nights of performances, one which is usually for the juniors, and then one will be mostly for the adults. So we're going to give you those dates coming up soon, but still stay tuned. And I want you to lock down maybe, let's say, the middle of November for those dates for theater arts preliminaries, well, all the performing arts preliminaries, finals, for you to come out and see the best that we have, and those who are bringing forward their theatrical presentation. As you know, Tisha is a really developmental stage. So it's quite awesome for us to see entrants. I was a former judge before, so it's quite awesome to see entrants who came in and they were like, I'm talking about 5 years ago, Tisha, who were extremely nervous, and to see that development now and they're extremely confident. It really shows us the importance of having NIFCA back in its original format. We know COVID was, it had us down for a little bit, but we're really looking forward to all of these showcases that will be held coming up.
Oh, that's wonderful. When I think theater arts, my mind goes to thinking of the types of entries that you're getting. I don't know if you're able to kind of classify that for us and give us an idea.
Just a little overview, yes, sure.
Yes, okay.
So we're getting some spoken word entries, because we have 3 basic categories that you can enter once you enter under the drama and speech category, which is on the theater arts. So you would have the spoken word, so speech, and you would have drama, and then we get the odd or two mixed media, which will feature a little bit of dance, some drama involved, and a little bit of music. So we really entertained those aspects, and that was a new category that was implemented, I believe, in 2018 or 17, based on the fact that we get people like Praise Academy and Dance in Africa who really bring a lot to the stage with their dramatic presentations, infusing the dance and infusing music, really to build those triple threats that we have out there. So we have a little bit of mixed media, or mixed discipline, as we would say, on board as well. But the short plays are what the theater students who would have passed through BCC or the Arrow Center for Creative Arts, they will bring an excerpt of their play. So they have about 20 minutes to showcase that as well. And we think that the audience is really enjoying the development to see those short plays on hand. And we have some interesting prizes that feature that as well. So when you're ready for me to roll out these cash prizes, Tisha, and to let the audience know why you should come out and support, your school, support a student that's in your community as they vie for these top prizes.
Auntie J, do you really think that you have to ask me to talk about prize money?
Well, we know.
Of course, you want to hear what you're winning.
Yes, there are a lot of them, a lot of new categories. So if you see me looking down, it's because I don't want to miss out any, and I want to let everybody know. So this is a new thing that we have introduced from this year for the 50th anniversary. Those new persons who have entered theater, if you don't advance to the finals, you can enter that piece again in the following year, and that's only open to those who are first time entrants to the competition, right, Tisha? And we would know that sometimes people feel a little slighted when they don't advance to the finals, but we want to ensure that it is a developmental stage, and we want to give you the feedback. The judges want to give you the feedback so you can develop that piece and come again and win some of these prizes. So another prize that we have on board is the NIFCA prize. That has a cash attachment to it as well, Tisha, for $2,000 and a trophy, right? So that goes to the most promising or the most outstanding presentation in the NIFCA Theatre Arts 2023. Some other new prizes will be the NIFCA Earl Warner Prize, which I mentioned to you previously. And that one is going to, it was originally the Parkinson School Old Scholars Association award. So now that's going to go to a director of the most promising theater piece, and that's a cash prize of $5,000. Sorry, that's going to go towards a scholarship. Another interesting one is the BCC scholarship, who is going to go to, well, two actors or two students who is going to have a cash value of $2,000 towards their scholarship at the Barbados Community College. And you know that's a great incentive, Tisha, for those who are studying in the theater arts right now. It's always good to help them along this phase of their development. We also have the Business Entrepreneurship Prize. Now, this is a top one, Tisha. Has a value of $15,000. And this goes to the Adult Goal Awarded, which demonstrates the entrepreneurial value. So we would have some persons, they kind of bring forward some new and innovative ideas, and that is going to go to a script writer or director towards investment in product development. Tisha, this can go a long way for those who are now trying to get their products or maybe a podcast or something of the sort and to develop themselves. And that cash prize always comes through and makes a difference. But along with that, each of them are going to receive a trophy, a coveted trophy that will say and list the specific one that they're getting. We always have the Daphne Joseph Hackett Award for Excellence, and that has a cash prize of $3,000. And we have because we're celebrating 160th anniversary of the Barbados Landship, we have that coveted prize as well. And that has a $2,000 cash value with a trophy. Right, Tisha, bringing up the where with these. I know they're a bit, but we need to really tell our viewers out there what the theater entrants are going to be walking away with. And it's really hot because this cash prize, Tisha, it has me sweating. All right, so I'm going to give you at least two more of them. And we have the New Theater Access Award. And this one goes to a person who may have or who merits what the judges merit to have a limited 3-day production run. And this is going to be a 3-day run in the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theater. And this is going to be valued at $6,000. But Tisha, wouldn't you be excited if you entered NIFCA and you had a piece and you wowed the judges, you wowed the audience, and then you got to have a 3-day run in a theater? Where else are you going to be hearing about that besides here at NIFCA with the Theater Arts Desk? So we're looking forward to all of the entrants being able to vie for those coveted awards. And we really want to showcase our youth and the talented adults that we have in Barbados who have gotten the opportunity to showcase the preliminaries. And as you would know, or as you're aware, the preliminaries are closed only to those entrants who are on board with us. But then we're going to open it to the public once we advance to the final stage. So stay tuned, everybody, for that as we really big up the youth in Barbados who are really building on their theatrical skills.
Oh, I just love it. I love it. I really love the prizes, the awards. I think there's enough for everybody. And this covers so many areas. I'm happy that I asked you all about, the various categories that we're covering and the types of entries, because some of the things that you talked about, like podcasts, and things like that as relates to the new Business Entrepreneurship Award. Definitely some interesting areas. I don't think I would have gone to theater arts if you just said theater arts, if you didn't break it down. I wouldn't have thought podcasts. So very, very interesting stuff. Who knows, you might be seeing an entry from me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. Don't encourage it, Janelle. Please
No,
don't.
we need to get out there and for others to see us in our spotlight, not just in the regular way, because Barbadians are very talented. So sometimes we would see somebody that we know in our neighborhood, and then we didn't know that they were a singer, a dancer, because I still have to big up the performing arts and the other desks as well. As we all are preparing for our preliminaries right now, and we're really looking forward to having an awesome showcase when our finals will be coming on board. And we want the Bajan public to really come out and support without your support, these students, these young theater enthusiasts, these adults who have been building on their craft over the years would not have an audience to showcase, would not be welcome to continue to boost their creativity. So we need to see you at the final. So stay tuned for those dates coming up. And if you have an entrant or a best friend, somebody in your community who made it to the finals, come on out, granny, grandma, granddad, everybody. We know COVID had us locked down, but we can get outside now and appreciate the talent that we have here in Barbados.
Absolutely. These new incentive awards are definitely what we need to get moving, and the money looks good too.
The money always looks good, but we just want them to know it is really working in your favor to advance you along the stages, and being exposed to expert coaches. I'm not going to name them. You have to stay tuned for them. Is something that we really look forward to, as I said before, to see them move from stage to stage, to move from stage fright to being an awesome performer. So we want to see you in the audience, Tisha, and your mini-me, and everybody here at CBC, and also across the island of Barbados and those in the region. If you can tune in, just stay tuned to the NCF's Instagram for snippets of the finals when we do get to that stage.
Absolutely. And you're looking at the beautiful 50th anniversary logo on screen.
Yes,
in all of its
isn't
splendor.
It
is a beautiful logo. Absolutely love it. It says just about everything we want to say. It has the trident in there, the beautiful gold color, recognizing the 50th anniversary. I love it.
And almost like the infinity symbol. So it's going on forever. And that was designed in-house by our graphic artist, Clarence, as well. So, we have to big up our staff as well at the NCF. So, Tisha, this 50th anniversary is going to be awesome. We weren't here when it started. Just a wink. Just wink with me. We weren't here when it started in 1973. We weren't in existence yet.
I don't have to wink on that one. I definitely wasn't around.
However, we're here now, and we look forward to the awesome showcases, and we will be there to support them in every venture that they have to showcase.
All right. Thank you so much, Janelle Mitchell, who is Theatre Art Officer at the National Cultural Foundation. And of course, I've been encouraging everybody to share their NIFCA stories. And my NIFCA story has come full circle, because last time I shared a story of how the teachers used to pack us into cars and take us to the Black Rock Cultural Center to perform. And one of my teachers is going to be on this morning, and she called me to say,
wow,
I can't believe you remember that. So I'm going to talk about that with her. All right. You have a good one. Wishing everybody at the NCF a wonderful weekend. I know you guys are deep in work, but loving it in this 50th year.
Yes, we are.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's 50 years, but the excellence continues. Make sure you get in there. So if theater arts is your thing, you absolutely should see if you can enter and get in there for a chance at those prizes. Hey, we're going to take a break and come on back. But guess who's here? The red plastic bag. I can see him out of the corner of my eye. And he is also here with Mr. Alvin Jemmett, chairman of the Red Foundation. They're talking about the upcoming Red Foundation Walk the Talk charity event. And these days, Mr. Bags, Dr. Most Honorable's name is so long, sometimes I can't even remember. So we'll figure that out next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's Match Day Live from the 246 with host Damian Best. Your all-access pass to the action happening in the BFA Premier League and beyond. Every last Monday of the month on CBC TV8. Kickoff time, 8:30 p.m. with analysis from our panel and highlights of the top performances. You can weigh in on the discussion via WhatsApp on 228-5562. It's Match Day Live from the 246. Don't you miss it.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, just about 11 minutes to go before the 7 o'clock hour. Help me welcome Dr. the Most Honorable Stetson Wiltshire, patron of the Red Foundation, and Mr. Alvin Jemmett, chairman of the Red Foundation. Good morning, gentlemen. Good to have you with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure to be here.
All right. Now, just talking about this brings back some really, really great memories. I would have headed out with you on that journey last year. I've only now gone back my big toenails. Yeah, but that was my fault because I needed to wear proper footwear and so on. But you are back for the big walk that you're taking, the walk the talk. And you came into the studio while I was on 94.7 FM last year and you challenged me directly to take the leap. And I absolutely did. And I enjoyed it. Absolutely no regrets. Talk to me about what's happening this time around.
Well, this year is going to be even more exciting. People out there really need help, and this is the reason why we're walking. Things are tough, but we're walking. This year, we are starting again at Extreme Body Mechanics at East Point Corner. They came on board again this year and really given us some good support. We're starting right there at East Point Corner and making our way to the airport. Concord experience. Those of you who would have walked, the people who would have walked last year recognized how exciting the walk is. It's a lovely walk all the way through Well House, down to Long Bay, 26 rows, and we go across the 4 rows and then all the way to the airport. Excellent walk. Second weekend, we started, by the way, we're starting the 29th, this Sunday. Second weekend, we start from the Concord experience, where we end the first Sunday, and we make our way right down to the CBC car park. Thanks again to CBC for all their support. That is a longish kind of walk, the longest leg of the walk, but very exciting. We come over this last hill here by CBC.
Last time was longer. We went down the hill to Sky Mall last time.
Yes, yeah. But we're actually stopping here at CBC. Yeah. That is the second weekend. That would be the 5th of November. On the 12th of November, we walk from the CBC, make our way all the way to Lancaster in the area of Premium Seafoods, the Chefette roundabout area.
That's where we went last time.
We did. Yes. And then the last Sunday, which then will be the 19th.
The final leg.
Final leg, we walk from Premium Seafoods to the Jordan School in St. Lucie. Quite a walk. And last time when I got to the hill, you go through 1.25 miles. And when I got to that very last hill, you go up, then to make the highway, I said to myself, bag, you got to make it. Bag, you got to make it. But my knees were in my chest going over the hill. But I made it, and it was great to make it all the way down. I feel always when I'm doing that walk, I feel so connected to Barbados. It's so exciting to walk the street. You smell the early morning
You see
Sunday.
things you don't see when you're driving.
Yeah, the Sunday food. You start to smell the people cooking, and you see people in their yards, and they shake at you. It's such an exciting walk. I get to see so much of Barbados that I don't normally see when I'm driving.
It's true. On that last hill that you talked about, Edwin Yearwood passed me like a full bus. Yeah, so definitely an interesting time. I want to bring you in now, Alvin, as chair of the Red Foundation. You guys are doing some fantastic work. I'm happy to see that you're back this year again. You have Mr. Doctor, the most honorable Mr. Bag, red plastic bag, our Stetson Wiltshire.
Well, he's tasked us with this responsibility of being our brother's keeper. And we are so excited that we are now in our third year of walking the talk. We just don't talk the talk, we walk the talk. And to be able then to make contributions to Barbadians who are less fortunate is an exciting thing. And this year we hope to up the ante and provide for about 300 families in a way that we've done in the previous years. So we are appealing to Barbadians to continue to support Walk the Talk. We've got some people who've been with us from the very get-go. I mean, Extreme Body Mechanics, they were with us from the very beginning. And every year we start at their place in East Point in St. Philip. We also have other people who are with us every year, and DJ Dusty Payne, he's going to be there providing some sound before and after the walk. People like to have a little cool down, so we're gonna be doing that. Corporates General Insurance are with us again as a sponsor this year, and of course we can't do this without CBC, getting the message out, covering the event and making sure that everybody knows about it. And for those who are wondering, how can they make their contribution? You can purchase a Walk the Talk shirt, being portrayed here by our patron. Those are available this evening, right here at CBC the Carp, or tomorrow, right here at CBC. Or if you can't make a CBC today or tomorrow, you can always get your shirt on Sunday on location. And Henderson, our treasurer, will be there, and he'd be more than happy to assist.
Well, that's wonderful stuff. Alvin, I know you mentioned the need that's there, and sometimes when we're in more privileged positions, we forget how many people there are out there who depend on us really, and organizations like this one. We most certainly have been seeing a lot more movement from charitable organizations, and particularly the third sector, really feeding into help other people, other Barbadians, and that's really important to what you do. So outside of this walk, let's just hone in a little bit more on what will be the outcome of this walk. So we're inviting people to come out and support, but to what end? Let's dissect it a little bit more so people understand why we are walking.
Well, I remember when we first did the walk, and it was during these COVID times. And so many Barbadians were out of work, so many Barbadians were facing hardship, no fault of their own. And our patron decided that we needed to do something to help. And so we were able to do about 200 care packages that year, providing people with gifts for Christmas. So it's become one of our traditions of being able to reach out and help people around the Christmas time. I think it's very important that our patron, who is a cultural ambassador, continues to keep this part of Barbadian culture alive by being our brother's keeper, giving to those who are in need, and being able to share and keep that whole spirit of Barbadians helping Barbadians very much alive. And so we could not be more pleased with the outcome of this particular venture. And so we ask those who can to provide a non-perishable item at the beginning or end of the walk. You can bring that along with you when you're coming to the walk. If you're not going to be walking, you can stop us, give us a non-perishable item. We collect all these items, and then we package them before Christmas, so that we can make those donations and make a smile come on some people's face before
Or you can
then.
purchase a t-shirt, even if you're not walking.
Yeah, the t-shirts are just $30.
Q, something's happening, and we're gonna have to let Bag model this shirt so that people know they have to buy it, right?
Something happened.
But something is really happening. But
Yeah.
also, I must mention that we cannot just depend on government to do everything. We have to try to help ourselves. I think that people in the community need to embrace the responsibility of helping each other. There's so many people there in need of help, and we don't want to be part of the population that is looking on and talking about it. We want to be part of the population that is trying to do something about it. I think it's very important that, I think that we need to help. We need to help. And as you go around the community, you see so many people in need of help, especially coming out of COVID and all these wars and everything going on. Everything is being affected. Everything is slowing down. I think that it's very important that we step up as a group and be part of that wheel to help people.
Absolutely. I thoroughly agree. I love the concept of the entire walk, almost like a passing of the baton. So even if you can't make every leg, you come and lend your support for one particular leg, or come and do all of them, So it doesn't have to be a continuous thing, but we encourage you to do that. However, you come on whichever Sunday you can, get your groups together, get your families together, and really come out and be a part of it.
It is also physical exercise. I think it's very important that you exercise. You get
when I realized that you and those long legs, you were passing me, I said, "What bike can pass me up?" I started to run.
But it is good to say that you walk the length and breadth of Barbados to help your fellow man. All 32.5 miles of it.
It's true. Well, I want to give a shout out to Merle Jordan, who was the first person who told me about walking around Barbados, and I was like, oh, it sounds easy enough. And by the time we got to Royal Pavilion, we started at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning at the bottom of Rendezvous Hill. By the time we got to Royal Pavilion, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go to work now. Yeah, but I mean, it's wonderful because it serves multiple purposes, like you said, physical exercise, supporting our own, supporting ourselves. Lifting our spirits, getting to know our country a little bit better, all of that wonderful stuff.
Yes, we start at 6 o'clock. Just want to make that very clear. You can get more information on our Facebook page or our Instagram page, Red Foundation Barbados. Come, give your support, be your brother's keeper. It's also a very exciting walk. Nice, cool stroll across the highway. And whilst you're doing that, make sure to bring a non-perishable item so you can contribute to the cause, so that we can help some people to enjoy their Christmas. And we're looking forward to Christmas. I'm a crop over and Christmas child.
Yes.
I just
my
love
Christmas tree is already up.
Oh
Just
dear!
saying.
Wow, you're not playing. You're not playing at all. So come out and walk. I want to challenge. All those entertainers out there who think that they're fitter than I am, to come and walk the highway.
Do I hear Dr. Allison coming on board?
Yes. And take the walk along the highway all the way up to the north in St. Lucie, whilst we're helping those out there in need. Walk the talk. Don't just talk. Walk.
Absolutely. We had some little rivalries going on in there. Mr. Ralph Thorne trying to pass out people.
Ralph actually surprised me on the first walk. The level of energy.
But we had a really good time along the way, and lots of people came out to support. We certainly hope that will happen again. The schedule for the walk is as follows: Sunday 29th, which is this weekend, 6 a.m. Ragged Point Lighthouse. No, we're going for that's in the same area of Body Mechanics.
Body Mechanics.
Over to the Concord Experience.
Yes,
correct. And then Barbados Concord to CBC, the 5th of November. The 12th, CBC to Lancaster and St. James. The 19th, Lancaster to Darrell Jordan School. The contribution is only $30 for a shirt. You also get a bandana to mop your brow. And, you can bring a non-perishable item. We're encouraging you to bring a non-perishable item at the beginning of the walk. The team will be there to take care of you. So they're going to be here in CBC's car park today from around 3 o'clock this afternoon to 6 o'clock. So come on out and purchase these shirts, all right?
Yeah.
I want to thank you both for coming in and sharing with us. I'm still challenging Bag to model the shirt.
I'm not much of a model, but you can actually see the
and when we come from the next break, you'll see Bag modeling the shirt and something's happening. Thank you so much for coming in.
Can you please permit me to mention Armstrong Agency's Caribbean LED and rapid response, even ocean fisheries. All these people are actually coming on board to help us with this walk.
Yeah.
And we thank them very much.
We had a big team from Caribbean LED last time
Yes.
out on the road, and they were great too. All right, so get your teams together. Make sure you come out, get the shirts, and come and be a part of this walk. It's a great way to start our November. Hey, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're telling you about a fantastic initiative that BACA is putting on for two very important Barbadians, Betty West and Jennifer Seeley. That's all coming next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, not only grown-ups can sing, we can too.
So easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to.
CBC TV8 is having a kids karaoke show just for us. So children between the ages of 5 to 17 come in and join in for fun. Email Nadia Foster at nfoster@cbc.bb. Hear you soon. Bye.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, just about 5 minutes now after 7 o'clock. We have a fantastic initiative that we want to tell you all about, and it's being held under the auspices of the Barbados Association of Creatives and Artists. It's a concert coming up, and here with us this morning, we have the Assistant Secretary of the organization, Betty B, and also here is the Public Relations Officer of BACA, Barry Knight. Morning. Good to have you with us.
Hi, good morning. Glad to have you with us. How are you doing?
Always good to see you guys. I'm great. How are you?
We're doing well. We're doing well.
That's good. So you have a good initiative coming up, honoring two icons. You can't classify them as anything less. So I'll start with you, Barry. Tell me about where the idea came from.
Okay, BACA is Barbados Association of Creatives and Artists, as you just said. And last year we honored Grainer and Richard Stout, sorry. So this year we wanted to honor some women this year. And like you said, the benevolent concert is for assisting artists, creatives, not only in BACA, but outside of BACA for any emergencies or, anything can happen. So this year, we knew we wanted to honor the women, so it's a whole pool of names maintained, and these two came out, and I'm very honored to say Betty and Jennifer are beautiful options, especially this year, Betty winning most of the NCF for the crop over this year. So
for the band.
For the bands, yes. So
yes.
she did fantastic as well. So, and then Jennifer is a stellar in her own light as well through that's in Africa, and I guess working here at CBC at some point as well.
She also made a big contribution to Beach to the World as
yes.
a judge
yes.
last season as well. So we really got to see her in action. For you, Betty, as a part of the team at BACA, it must be really great to be able to show how you're supporting your own through initiatives like this.
Yes, it is. It's very important that the entire Barbados sees how important it is that we come together as a group to support each other, because, as Barry said, something things happen and we need that togetherness to really build a base for us to, to grow and to
you
help
never know
each
what
other.
can happen. You never know what can happen. So this fund is vital to be there for whatever purpose. Because not to call names or whatever, but we know if you look back in history, certain things have happened very, very surprisingly, and you need to do fundraisers or what the case may be. So this is here to help ease that pressure.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Let's talk about the event itself.
Yes.
It's going to be a concert.
Yes. This Saturday, 7:30 at the Barbados Museum.
This Saturday as in tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Sorry. Tomorrow night, 7:30. At the Barbadians Museum, you could look up Betty B would be performing. We have Queen T, Nika, Charisma,
Callie.
Amira, Callie. You got Colin Spencer and Mr. Blood performing as well. So it will really good, and a beautiful piece by Dance Africa as well. All right.
Mainly, we were trying to focus on an all-female cast, but you know we still have to include stalwarts like Colin and Mr. Blood.
Colin is the president of the association right now as well, and Blood is the vice president. So in that respect, they will bring their craft to the stage. Yeah.
All right, you're going to be under the patronage of Dr. the Honorable Chantal Monroe Knight, who is the minister in the ministry with responsibility for culture as well. So she's going to come through for this night of tribute to Betty and Jennifer. You mentioned the performances. How much is it for us to get in on this action?
Only $40.
$40.
Only $40.
And you can pay at the door too if you choose to, or you could call 847-8319 or go on ticketpal.com. Ticket links, and you can see it there and purchase your tickets as well.
Oh, that's wonderful stuff.
Yes.
I can just imagine how
we're very excited
happy
about
they
it.
are.
Yeah, we are very excited about it.
Yeah, so this is all coming off tomorrow.
Yes.
So it's a quick turnaround, just $40. It's at the Barbados Museum, so it's centrally located as well.
Yes, right.
And Betty, I don't know how you managed because you performed last night. Here you are looking as beautiful as ever this morning and ready for another performance this evening, I'm sure.
Yes, I am. It's been a very busy time, but I guess I'm used to getting up early. I'm an early riser. So, but I just wanted to add that last year when we honored the Mighty Grainer and Richard Stout, the turnout was fabulous. We had a really good time. The artists really came out and supported.
Good.
It was a wonderful show. It was a wonderful presentation for them as well because and they really appreciated it because sometimes our stalwarts feel like we forget them.
Yeah.
Or you honor them when they're
yes,
passed on
exactly.
or whatever.
Honor them while they are still with us. Give them their flowers now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm happy that we're in that place.
Yeah.
In Barbados. I'm happy there's a Mighty Grainer Highway.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mighty Grainer is still with us and still performing.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You know, I am so proud when I see Grainer. Even as he has aged a little bit and he has some health challenges, he's still on stage.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'm performing
that says
well
a
too.
great deal. Mr. Stout, just one of those people who has always been, helpful and ready to give young people an opportunity.
Always ready to assist.
Even me, when I came here to CBC at 19, put me on his Richard Stout stage to host.
Really? Oh.
Back in the day when I had the front row posse and you had to dress because they will tell you about the clothes and you had to be on point because if you were, it wasn't for the faint of heart. Because if you went up there and you were
did not look your best,
they would tear you to shreds. I loved it because it helped to develop me as well. And I know that he helped to develop a lot of young people. And I don't mean to name names, but I mean there's so many other artists who've helped through the years. So it's great that you guys are moving to help yourselves and develop this fund to be able to help artists
the
as they grow older.
The association is a young association, but we're still definitely looking for fresh members all the time. Because for me, as for Betty and the executive, you have strength in numbers, basically. So we have a voice to speak for the creatives, basically. It's a good thing.
Okay, that's a wonderful thing. It's tomorrow.
Yes.
It's coming off tomorrow at the museum. $40 gets you in. Queen T, Betty B, Sky Dowrich, Nika, Charisma. Oh my goodness, Patricia Calendar. I've not seen Patricia perform in a long time. She used to go as Calendar Girl.
Yes.
And she's Callie now.
Callie now.
She's now
Callie.
Callie.
Yes.
So she's cut it short. I love it. And of course, it is a tribute show to two cultural icons, designer Betty West and Jennifer Seeley, founder of Dance in Africa. It comes off tomorrow night, 7:30. Make sure you grab your tickets, ticket links.
Ticket links, yes. $40, or you can pay at the door if you choose to.
Pay at the door. That would be a great night out. Thank you guys for coming through.
You're most welcome.
All right, good to have you with us this morning. So they're going to be heading off. Betty B, Barry Knight, a part of BACA. So new organization, but get that name in your heads because they're going to be doing a whole lot more. Coming up, we're telling you about a lady who's back home to do some wonderful work with the students of the Princess Margaret School, and she's brought along a familiar face of mine. That is coming up next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout, or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's already 13 minutes after 7. I'm mixing up my 7 and my 7s and my 3s, but that's A-okay. So we're telling you all about a reunion that came off. It's gone, but there's still lots happening. It's a reunion for the Princess Margaret Secondary School. Some classmates who got together and, they're here in Barbados, some of them from here, some not from here, and talking about the honor of the 50th anniversary of them reconnecting as classmates. They took a visit to the school, so we're going to hear all about that and a whole lot more. Margarita Walcott is a member of the class of 1972, I believe, of Princess Margaret Secondary School, and Judy Sobers is also a member of the class of 1972. Is it 72 or 73? Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. I am the class of 73.
And you are 72?
72, yes.
Okay, so you're the older of the two. I just wanted to put that out there. I'm kidding.
Right.
All right. So wonderful. Good to have you with us, ladies.
And thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So Margarita, Miss Walcott, talk to me about, your years at Princess Margaret School that drove you to 50 years later still want to come back and reconnect.
Well, I started in 1967. After my mom passed, and while I was there, the last years before I graduated, we had this famous tic-tac show against all the other schools, and we were studying for GCE exams, but a teacher felt that he needed me to captain this team. And we were like a little leery at first because everyone was busy studying for exams. But as fate would have it, we came through beating out Harrison College, Commonwealth, and then we finally beat out Parkinson. So that trip led to a trip led to a trip to New York. The prize was a trip to New York. So I left in 1973, and my family decided that I should stay in New York and go to school there, which I did. I did a bachelor's at Hunter College, and then I did my master's at NYU. But during that time, I always returned to my school and kept in touch with my classmates, and especially Judy. Every time I would come to Barbados, Judy was there.
All right, that's beautiful stuff. Now, Judy and I have a connection.
Yes,
for many years too, because Judy was my teacher at St. Stephen's Primary School. So she served there for 25 years. So she has been really in the teaching profession. I would imagine that what transpired at the Princess Margaret School led you into the teaching profession. Tell me about how you got into teaching, Sobers.
Well, at Princess Margaret School, we had some very, very good teachers who really encouraged us, to work hard and to reach for the top. So as soon as I finished school in July 1972, I was only 17 years old, and I went on to teach at my first school, Beulah Primary. I admired the teachers, so I wanted to be a teacher as well. And that just drove me into that profession right down, and now I'm a retired principal. And I'm very impressed with, what I've done for my students during the years, including you.
Absolutely. And we keep in touch.
Yes, we do.
We talk quite often.
Yes, we do.
Even if just by WhatsApp.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's a good thing. That in and of itself talks about the influence. So, tell me what you've been doing on this particular trip to Barbados, because I know you took a visit to the school and all of that good stuff.
Well, on this particular trip, our group, that same, the 5 or 7, the 9 of us decided that we would give back to the school. The whole purpose was to give back to the school. So the first thing we did was we had a church service on Sunday, and one of our students presented and did a wonderful sermon at Calvary Temple Church. That was on Sunday. We had quite a few students and quite a few other people there. Then on Monday, that was the highlight for me because we got to meet the students and we got to impart to them how it's important to be positive, to love themselves, and to try to achieve, no matter what people tell you, that you are capable of being anything that you want to be. And I thought that was so inspiring and motivating for the students. So they came up to us, and the ones that were graduating, we were so proud of them because we remembered when we were in 5-1 and we were graduating. And we just gave them a little token to go into the world, whether they be writing resumes and to meet with their teachers. And if they have any problems, they should communicate it. Yeah. So I thought that they got a real high, positive feeling when we left there. That was on Monday. On Wednesday, we took a few students to Harson's Cave because that was the educational part of the tour, to let them see the culture, let them see about all the history of the cave, and I thought that was really good for them. That was on Wednesday. This coming Friday, which is today, there is a luncheon to give back and to reward those teachers that we had from first form that stood by. There were the pillars that brought us to where we are today. Teachers like Stafford Allen, who taught Spanish. Teachers like Mr. Griffith, who did history, and not to forget Carolyn Sinkler and Brenda Taylor. Those were the inspiring teachers as women that were there for us. And least but not to forget Dr. Callender. He started at Princess Margaret School in 1955 when the school opened. He has also been there for us. And there's one other person that is not here, Doreen Hurley. She submitted lots of school supplies to give to the school. So we are indeed thankful. But I won't be here today without my teachers, without my good friend, and without my family, because they have supported me. And I think that, with the education in Barbados, we are considered to be one of the most literate in the world. So I hope we can continue to get the students to understand the basics of reading and writing. Everything else is secondary. If you can't read and if you can't write and you can't add, social media is not going to help you.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful that people like you, like-minded people, and the school's alum are giving back. That is what will make all the difference. You never know what you can do for a student by kind of just reaching back. And sometimes it doesn't even need to be giving actual things.
Yes.
You're giving in an intangible way sometimes, memories that they can take forward, and of course encouraging them to pass it on. This friendship is wonderful for me because this friendship is nearing 60-something years.
Yes.
So tell me, Ms. Sobers, how have you two been able to stay connected in the midst of, with a big old ocean in the middle of you, so much time, space, and distance, life as it happens? How have you been able to stay connected?
Well, as I said, we grew up in the same district together in 6 Rose. We were neighbors, and her father and my father were very, very good friends. And through the years, we kept very close. We were always contacting each other by phone. And whenever there was a special occasion, like my wedding, Maggie would be here for us. Even when I was ill last year, Maggie came down 3 times to take care of me.
Wow.
That shows how close we are. And she doesn't do anything without me. She informs me. And, you know, I'm very proud of her, happy to see what she has achieved and that we could keep this very close relationship for all of these years.
Absolutely. I'm sure that there are a few teachers that you remember as well, Ms. Sobers, from your days at the Princess Margaret School.
Yes, I remember some. Well, some of them are very popular, like Matt Fingal, Bobby Morris. Then we had even the former Prime Minister.
Addington Ford was there.
Was there, yes, and former Prime Minister, Brenda Stewart. And all of these people worked with Hal Gollop. Yes, all of these people helped to really push us in the end. And that is why we can stand out among any in the world.
That's beautiful. I wish you the very best on the luncheon today. Be sure to take lots of photos and share with me.
Yes.
And hopefully maybe we can head out for a coffee or something and I can get to know you as well as I know my beautiful teacher who took care of me when I was a little one. I just want to say that sometimes people talk to children in a way like they're less than people. And I want them to know children grow up and they remember the people who do good things for them, who speak to them respectfully and who treat them well. So that's all I want to say, because I was lucky to have wonderful teachers like you, Judy Sobers,
thanks.
who always treated me like a person with a mind, would make decisions and do things, and it's really made a difference in my life. So thank you, ladies, for paying it forward. And you know, keep that chain going. I'm sure there are some students who, based on what you guys have done, are going to endeavor to do the same. So thank you.
And thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
They're even dressed alike, you see?
Hey, keep up the good work, Tisha. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Ms. Walcott and Ms. Sobers, sharing all the great stuff they're doing over at the Princess Margaret School. Good morning to all the Princess Margaret students this morning. I hope you have a great day today. We're going to take another break and come on back. More is to come on the Friday edition of Morning Barbados. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aa.grant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Segment, because we're telling you all about the BUT's top tier teachers and a few of the BUT's events, the Barbados Union of Teachers, of course, that is. So Stephen Kelman, who is a top tier recipient, and he's representing the St. George Primary School. Yay, cue all the fanfare, guys. The applause in the back. Let's go. We have to applaud our teachers. Yay. There we go. And then, of course, there's Tonya Joseph, who's a top tier recipient, teacher from Springer Memorial. Cute. Yay. And we have Marsha Burke, who is Deputy General Secretary of the Barbados Union of Teachers. We'll cheer for you, too. All right, so welcome to all of you. Now, 11 teachers received the top tier award from the Barbados Union of Teachers, and it was all a part of the Teachers Week activities, which are celebrated annually during the last week of October, which is also Education Month. So I'm going to start with you, Marcia. Tell us all about why the BUT decided to award some top-tier teachers, apart from the obvious.
We thought it would be a good idea to award some of our teachers while they're in service. We're in the habit of doing it when they retire, but we came up with the initiative to award them while they're in service. So we met as a committee, and our committee chairperson, Stacia Springer, came up with the idea for the top tier teacher, a teacher who inspires, encourages, and respects his or her students and colleagues. And it has been, the response to it has been overwhelming. I mean, so many times when persons see the union turn up to the school, they assume that there's an industrial issue and, you know, we come to quote unquote fight. But it was indeed a pleasant surprise for the teachers when we turned up there and they realized that we were here to give them an award.
I love that. I love that. You know, because it's so true. Once you hear the union is coming, you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, get your big broad rim hats and the umbrellas because we're going outside. I'm sorry. All right, so congratulations again. I'm going to start with you ladies first, representing for Springer Memorial School. How did you feel to find out that you were awarded as a top tier teacher based on the categories that they were looking for?
It was and is still an amazing feeling. Usually people get their flowers well after they have gone, and it was really nice to know that, you know, your colleagues and your students really care and value what you do, and that the things that we do on a daily basis are not going unnoticed. Teaching is a difficult profession to be in, but it's one that I really, really love, and to see myself receive an award like that, it was a really good feeling.
Oh, that truly is wonderful. We're hearing so much about the fact that we don't have that many men in the teaching profession any longer, and the numbers seem to be dwindling. So I'm happy that we have you also, Mr. Kelman, being awarded for teaching and at the primary school level. I hear that a lot. At the primary school level, they say there are not as many male teachers as there need to be. So I'm happy that you're representing for the gentlemen in the teaching service and that you've been awarded as well. So talk to me about how you felt in being awarded by the BUT.
Like my colleague, I was very surprised, quite shocked. I saw the individuals from the BUT turn up, and I was wondering what this was about. So when they announced my name, it was a humbling feeling. It was quite pleasing to see that, as we heard before, that you were acknowledged and are being acknowledged for the work that you do and work that you see your colleagues doing around you, because what we try to do as teachers is to model the behaviors that we want our students to emulate. So we want them to work collaboratively. We want them to see us working collaboratively. So I take a lot of inspiration from my colleagues. I take a lot of counsel from my colleagues, and I want them to see that. So when they see me win this award, this is me absorbing a lot of what I would have taken in from my colleagues. So
definitely,
it is a communal award, as I like to call it.
All right, that's wonderful stuff. And as you can hear, Mr. Kelman, you know, it could have easily been a broadcaster.
I'm
Hear that? That's for late night radio.
There we go.
So there are also a number of other teachers who were awarded. We're lucky to have these two with us, but there are also some other teachers who were awarded. So we have Laron Walcott from St. Leonard's Boys, woo woo, my school. We also have Allison Murray, Grantley Adams Memorial, Miranda Fergus, Milton Lynch Primary School, Ramon Armstrong, Coleridge and Parry, Cheryl Scott Brewster, St. Silas Primary School, Sonia Shepherd is Half Moon Fort Primary, Carrie Robinson, Grisette's Primary School, Rachel Samuel, St. Christopher Primary School, Stephen Kelman, St. George Primary, that's you, and Amor Douglas of Olga Miller Nursery. So congratulations indeed to all those teachers. And of course, kudos to the union as well. How important do you think it is for you to be able to connect with your membership even outside of that? Because speaking in real terms now, we know that the teaching profession has changed a lot over the years and it's become increasingly difficult for teachers to just basically do their job. It's a totally different society.
Yes, I think no more than ever, the union needs to be out there. And I mean, we're constantly out there. And yes, most of the time when you see us, we're agitating for the rights of our teachers because that's what we're supposed to do. But also we want to remind our members that we're here not just to quote unquote fight for you, but we're here to socialize, to gather, to appreciate you, to show you that we care. So this top tier teacher is showing you that we appreciate you and that you're valued. And yes, we believe all of our teachers are special. It just happens that we could only honor 11. So I mean, if there's any this time, and we want to make it an annual thing. So if there's any company out there that's on board that would like to come on board, feel free to contact the Barbados Union of Teachers and you can talk to us about how you can help us to award more teachers next year or even later this year if it can be done, because we really need to make our teachers feel special. And we really also want to let our members know that we're here. We're here for you to come, to relax, to have a good time, and it's not always going to be a fight.
Yeah. I don't want you to apologize for the fight, though. The fight is necessary.
For sure.
And, you know, so we're making no apologies for the fight where it's necessary. You know, where we have to make sure that workers' union, teachers included, workers' rights are not trampled on. We absolutely have to make sure that we continue along that path. I know that you have a reception coming up where you actually do the honors.
Yes. Yes, so tonight we have our president's reception, which is at the Barbados Union of Teachers headquarters in Maryhill, Welches, St. Michael. It starts at 7. We'll have some remarks from our president. We will award the retirees. We do this every year. And then we have cocktails and mingle and have a really great time and have lots of fun. So members of the BUT,
Teachers
come on
who
out.
have fun and go out for cocktails?
Yes,
I
we
can't
do.
imagine.
And then on Saturday, we have a cricket match. The second one, because we had one last year with the National Sports Council, so it's our second match against them, BUT versus the National Sports Council.
You're going to win. Matt can't play cricket.
He doesn't play. He watches. But I am hoping that we win this year. They won last year, so we're out to take the trophy this year, and it's
That's
at
good
Lear's
stuff.
at 7 p.m. on Saturday, and that culminates our week of activities, which has been a really great week. I believe this has been our best Teachers Week ever.
Oh, that's wonderful. So again, thanks to you, of course, to the union, but thanks to teachers who do a fantastic job of shaping the minds of our young people, helping them to shape society, because that's what happens. You know, very, very important jobs you have. Enjoy your cocktails tonight and getting your awards, and make sure you put the awards somewhere visible, you know, so that every time you pass it, you say, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me right there. Congratulations again.
Thank you so
And
much.
thanks to the BUT, you guys are always innovating. Unfortunately, I can't join your union, so, or can I?
We'll talk about that after.
All right, thank you so much. So 2 of the top tier teachers, I love the title too, top tier, because when you think top tier, I mean like, where are you going? You know, if you're going top shelf, top tier is the best. Yes. Absolutely, top tier teachers are here with us. Stephen Kelman, representing for St. George Primary, Tanya Joseph for Springer, but the big president's gala, the big president's do down is happening this evening. And then, of course, come out and support the match tomorrow. Thank you to Marsha Burke, Deputy General Secretary of the BUT. Thank you for the fight.
We will continue.
I mean that in every sense. All right, have a great day today and a good weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, we have so much more coming up. I don't know how we get all of this stuff into this short time on Morning Barbados, but we have more exciting stuff coming up, so don't leave us. Plus, DJ Ras of 98.1 The One, Mr. Ras Jim, is going to be here. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good
saying you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember,
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, 22 minutes now before 8 o'clock. We're getting lots of exercise in this morning and lots of opportunities for you to get out and know the island a little bit more. Time for us to say a special good morning and welcome to Mr. Derek Jones, who's the organizer of the annual Long Bay Community Group 5K Run, Walk, and Ride. And he's been doing this for the last 18 years. Good morning and welcome. Good to have you with us. Now, you said that you started out as an athlete doing distance a long time ago, and you've continued through the years to the point where you said, I'm going to do something fantastic in my community. So let's talk about the first time you did the walk.
Well, the first time I did these races was just like in my village where we had the little children running around, and we would do some little snaps for them, make some mock numbers, and just have fun with the children. But at a point in time, it started to look like all the children's coming out. And then I went a bit further, and it got further, and it got further, around 18 years till now.
All right, so it's a walk, run, and ride. It's coming up on Sunday, and it really is about community spirit, which is what we really love. You know, we want to see communities bonding together a little bit more and building on that community spirit. So tell us how we can get involved.
Yeah, you come on up on Sunday the 29th and across Long Bay, and you can register there and enter any races you would love to enter into.
All right, how many people are you expecting to come out to be a part of it?
For the past years, we've been getting a good crowd, and I expect just as much the same crowd. A good set of riders are coming out, all the riders are coming out. I think it's going to be a good race, better race this year.
Let's hear about the Long Bay community. Were you there all your life?
Yes, I grew up there in my community all my life, yes.
What are the wonderful things about Long Bay?
Well, Long Bay is peaceful people, they're very manly people. As a community, we can get along well in the community over the years. We have some sports guys, we have fishermen, divers. I think Long Bay is pretty cool.
Okay, that's wonderful. So you're inviting people to come out this Sunday. The walk, run, ride starts around. It's a competition, you told me. So you guys are competing to see who's the fastest man in the neighborhood, who's the fastest bike rider, who's the best speed walker.
Yeah, we have some of that going on. Yes, that will be a part of what it would be. Yeah.
So for some bragging rights as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because
right.
you have some guys in the community always they want to come and beat me. And every time they're going to beat me, so I'm telling these guys, come on out and let's beat up each other.
So they think that they could beat Derek Jones?
Yeah, they think so.
What made them think so?
Well, that happens sometimes. People underestimate you.
Yeah, but do you do a lot of practicing? You do a lot of
Yes, I do a lot of
walking?
training.
I
do
can
a lot
see
of
that
running.
you train.
Yes, I run sometimes 30 miles 3 times a week.
Wow.
I do a lot of sand works on the beach, swimming, diving. Yeah. Boxing and stuff, you know.
Yeah, so definitely you've stayed fit over the years.
Over the years.
And we're hearing a lot about non-communicable diseases and being able to combat that, getting active. So, you know, this is a great opportunity for us to get out and be a part of it. And you said that you can register on the spot. So once
That's
you
right.
come up to Long Bay.
Yes.
All right, so I'm here at CBC now. For those people who don't know, I live in St. Philip, so I know where Long Bay is, fortunately. For those people who don't know how to get to Long Bay, you have to give us some directions.
Well, if you catch two buses, you can catch the Sam Law's Castle bus, and that would take you exactly. And then you catch the Bayfield route. Would
So
take
at
you,
the end of the Sam Lord's Castle route is where you get to Long Bay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you just get off when it gets to the end of the route.
Not directly, but when it comes, the Sam Law's bus is going to pass through the race, the start of the race, the village.
So where do we have to get off of the Sam Lord's Castle bus?
Right next to the race, where the race will begin.
Where's that?
A place in Long Bay where Miss Bayer, Rosalind Bayer's shop.
So you have to ask Miss Bayer's shop?
Yes, Miss Bayer's shop, Rosalind
Okay.
Bayer from Long Bay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's the Sam Lord's Castle bus. There's another bus?
The Bayfield bus will come the other side, and you can just walk another 2 minutes to get there. But then you will see all the banners and all the sponsors and the decoration things happening over there.
All right, that's truly beautiful. I love to see when there are things happening at communities across Barbados. And those directions that you gave us, now for people driving, just follow the Sam Lord's Castle bus.
Well, the whole idea is to get to near the Sam Lord's Castle, and you'll be easy to find.
Yeah, I've heard so many stories about that community and what having Sam Lord's Castle there did for the community, because as I understand it, there were a few people from the neighborhood and the general area who also worked at the castle and stuff like that. So it must be wonderful to have the castle now reopened,
Yes,
re-energize the area.
Yeah, we also have them come on board with us this year, sponsor us too. The new Wyndham Hotel is there with
Yes.
us.
Oh,
and
that's-
lots of other sponsors.
That's truly excellent. So encouraging everybody to come up to Long Bay, and of course the air is in Long Bay is something special as well, because it's coming straight off the sea. You're right there. I think a lot of people forget that in that part of the island you have the water right there as well, and it truly is gorgeous as well at Long Bay.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much, Mr. Derek
Thank you very
Jones,
much, ma'am.
organizer of the annual Long Bay Community Group 5K Run, Walk, and Ride. It is coming up this Sunday, 3 o'clock in the evening, the afternoon, and you can register when you get there. Directions: jump on a Sam Lord's Castle bus and tell them to put you off by Miss, whose shop?
Her name is Mrs. Bayer, Rosalind Bayer's shop.
Tell them to put you off by Miss Bayer's shop. Or you can catch a Bayfield bus and walk a further 2 minutes and get there. You'll see all the feather banners and everything, so you won't miss it, all right? And a special good morning to everybody in Long Bay this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Jones.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, too.
All right, good stuff. We're going to take another break. I'm told that one Mr. DJ Ross is not making it. I don't know. That's not good. I think that we should video call him and see where he is. We're going to see what we can do. That's all coming up. But we have so much going on over the next couple days that we want to share all of that with you. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is, when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember, childhood obesity is real, so choose healthier alternatives. And when in doubt, leave it out.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
98.1 to 1 is more than a station.
We don't just play music, we keep you company, cheer you up, keep you informed and entertained. We are a vibe. What do you mean?
Every day we bring the party to you.
We are your #1 party station.
We love playing music for our listeners.
And we're committed to working with our clients and advertisers to make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
98.1 The One.
Celebrating 18 and still your #1 party station.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so DJ Ras was supposed to be joining us, but he's in St. Vincent making some special performance. So I'm going to call him and see if we can reach him on the phone and see what's going on. Maybe he's sleeping, maybe he's at a party. You know how the Vinci's party, they party all day and night. You've not seen a party until you've been to St. Vincent. All right, so Ras is not answering. Look at that. We're not getting him. Oh, we can't connect with Ras. Who knows? We'll be able to connect with him once he gets back. All right, so we're going to tell you a little bit about what's coming up this weekend. There's lots happening. It's the end of the month. Of course, for this entire month, we've been celebrating or observing a few things. Education Month. It's also been the month to observe breast cancer. Hence the reason I wore so many colors, because I wanted to represent for all of the various things that we were talking about throughout the month of October. So a little representation for each one. Now we have coming up this weekend, starting of course today, the Trade and Innovation Expo, TAI 2023. We know it as BMEX, so it's back and it starts today. Today is the day for the schools to learn, enjoy, and win, of course, with the Barbados Manufacturers Association. And that's happening at the Sir Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. It's happening all through the weekend. Students are just $5. Teachers accompanying students are absolutely free. So get out this weekend and be a part of BMEX. Now, TAI, the Trade and Innovation Expo, you saw the guys come in earlier and showcase some of the robotics and really interesting things they're doing. Also, Healthy Aging Expo is today from 10 o'clock this morning to 4 o'clock. At the BARP headquarters at Marine Gardens, Hastings in Christchurch. So come on out and take advantage of their free health screenings, interact with their discounted partners, participate in their talk shops and exercise classes and so much more. The BARP Healthy Aging Expo goes down to today, and they have spacious grounds over at Marine Gardens that you won't want to miss. A special good morning to the entire BARP team, always working hard. The Barbados Landship Association Village Dance and Karaoke Line. There will be food and drink, hi-fi music, karaoke dancing, all of that, you name it. All the maneuvers of the Tuk Band and the Barbados Landship will be on show. That's coming up tomorrow, Saturday, October 28th. Great schedule of activities as we continue to celebrate the 160th anniversary, pay tribute to the ancestors and visit their gravesite. That happened. And of course, the Lord High Admiral Vernon Watson, he was honored in that. They had the church service, the film presentations, and they're getting ready for calling all ship support, a parade of ships and so on. So a big special good morning to everyone from the Barbados Landship. The Junior Chef Cook-Off Competition Finals will be sizzling hot and back on. So go on down to the Kensington Oval tomorrow, Saturday, October 28th at 4 o'clock for a culinary showdown like never before. The winner will receive Barbados $3,000 cash, a scholarship to the Caribbean Cuisine Culinary Institute, plus an internship at the Crane Resort, one of Barbados' premium establishments. So wonderful stuff for the junior chefs. Now, the second seminar in the series, the Parenting Guidelines, that comes off tomorrow, Saturday as well, 5 o'clock at the Allen School, Belle Plaine, St. Andrew. And the topic is Building My Child's Self-Esteem. It's being put on by Supreme Counseling for Personal Development in association with the Massey Foundation, as well as AccuSounds and the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. I'll be there as the moderator. We had a fantastic time at the St. Michael's School last Saturday, and tomorrow we're going to have a really great time talking to you as well. All the experts will be there. It's your opportunity to come out and share and find out a whole lot more. I look forward to seeing you 5 o'clock in Belle Plaine at Allen School. The inaugural Ermi Bell public lecture in honor of retired senior consultant psychiatrist will happen. So hear from Barbadian colleague Dr. Peter Grimes, currently based in the UK. That's tomorrow, Saturday, and it's going to be via Zoom. So you can definitely tune in. Go to that link that we're sharing on the screen so that you can find out a little bit more about that. The St. Matthias Anglican Church presents In the Garden, wine, cheese, and all that jazz. Enjoy a jazzy evening at the St. Matthias Church grounds, Hastings in Christchurch tomorrow, Saturday, from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. And of course, Tay Diggs is here in Barbados. He's hosting the Love and Paradise Afro Dazzle concert. That's coming off tomorrow at Kensington Oval from 7 o'clock to 2 a.m. So you can also catch him for his book signing at Cavi and Vino, El Sueno, Hastings, Christchurch. That's the new Starbucks location. And he's going to be there on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. You'd recall he was on Morning Barbados sharing these books. He's an author of some children's books, and he has 2 new books that he'll be sharing with us here in Barbados. And you can get your book signed and get a chance to meet him as well. The Barbados Bridgetown District of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints will be holding its district conference on October 28th and 29th at the Christchurch Branch Chapel Rendezvous in Christchurch. Presiding will be Elder Valerie Corden of the 71st Counselor in the Caribbean Area Presidency. So that's a lot happening there. And the Girl Guides Association of Barbados, they want to invite you to the Ednith Paris Memorial Lecture on Sunday, October 29th. That's going down at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre at 4:30. So make sure you get on out and be a part of that as we celebrate with the Girl Guides. We told you all about these things this week, so we wanted to make sure that you did not forget. That's why we're kind of running through the list for you before we go. You're also invited to Lit Limers featuring Narc and Stoned with Cupid. That's coming up on Sunday at Wildy Great House from 5 to 7 p.m. And that, of course, is an initiative of the National Cultural Foundation. These guys won the opportunity to put on their own shows. So wonderful opportunity for them. And that is, of course, a part of the prize that they won. Hey, we're going to take a break here on this Friday. It's been a busy Friday. When we come back, we wrap up today's show, and we have some great previews of what's to come on Monday. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so that's it from us for today. We're inviting you to join us on Monday when we'll have another segment as we close out the series on breast cancer awareness just for this time. Also, the series with Dr. Dale Brathwaite that we've been sharing with you on your health, the natural way. Plus, the NCF will be back there talking all about the literary arts on Monday. And we're talking to a Barbadian who's living and working in China. The Ellerslie School has an expo. We're going to feature that too, and so much more. That's all coming up Monday on Morning Barbados. As you go through the day today, remember to wear your smile. Do something nice for someone. Come on back to us on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.